The three best friends back in business.
So I figured out who our mystery commenter was.
Did you? I have a guess, but
Go ahead, guess.
no, it must
Wait,
not be this person.
is this YouTube guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told you I had some clues, right, based on looking at internet breadcrumbs.
Yes.
That they Buffalo and Camillus were some of the clues, like a lacrosse shop in the greater Syracuse area and a barber shop in Buffalo. It turned out to be my cousin Jack. So thank you for listening, Jack. He was giving us some pointers and some comments over Christmas time.
Love it.
Ethan, Jack would like an in-depth examination of the clock in the background.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. I'll have to, I can bring it over. Maybe I should bring it over to the camera. That's really funny.
But thank you, Jack, for listening.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks, Jack.
Support. Congratulations
Jack.
on your graduation. And good luck with the couple of months before your brand new job. He's looking at a finance job.
Ooh, congrats.
Following in the root man. I guess my dad and my uncle are accountants, so following in the finance accountant footsteps of the roots.
The real family business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not one of those weirdo engineers.
Yeah, not dirt bagging.
Hey. Also, shout out his sister, my cousin Jenny, engineers. Hell yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. Well, hopefully he'll keep commenting on the YouTube things because they're hilarious every time I see them. And I'm sure he's gonna have a lot to say about the Giants, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a lot to talk about if we want to. Unsurprisingly, none of it is baseball related because
we could talk Hall of Fame if we wanted to.
We could, but Hall of Fame's coming up. Like, we'll actually be able to bitch about Ortiz getting in and A-Rod not in about a week. So
I don't want to be angry tonight at you guys. So
oh, well, see, that's now that I know you're going to get angry, I kind of want to do it. But we'll save it. Late. We'll wait. It's our first pod back. We've been on a nice long break. We'll keep it lovey-dovey tonight.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and if people need a reminder, we have what did you call yourself? High school football Matt?
Oh, earlier high school football Matt. Yeah, giant neck. High school football Matt.
Yeah. And then we have scrawny, long arms music Ethan.
Yeah, my dad just says "scrawn boy." That's how he says it. And my mom just calls me dipshit. So either one is fine. Scrawn boy, dipshit. I'm good with all of them.
You've got to know Ethan's mom to know that that's a term of endearment.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly right. Exactly right.
Sorry, killing it. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And what about you? What's your name for yourself?
Myself?
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys know I'm not good at this stuff. You guys are way better with the improv and just coming up with whatever.
What's this impromptu Panthers fan thing, huh?
Oh, this is my Die Easy team. You know that.
What does that mean, die easy? What is this?
That means that I don't love them like I love the Giants.
Oh, but you follow them. And
I will support them. Yes,
yeah, like when I was in Cleveland rooting for the Browns. Like,
that's fair.
I mean, at that point, it was just like pity cheering, but
it still would be at this point.
They're. I mean, that's bold talk coming from a Giants fan right now.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. The Giants are horrible, but I'm just saying that this season was the most exciting season in their history, and since the Browns got rebooted, right, like 23 years ago or whatever.
Last year.
Yeah, I'm talking about coming into the season.
Yeah.
Well, but no, you got to understand Cleveland. Like, there's this amount of hype every year. Every year they're all excited for it.
Yeah, they're excited for the season. This season they actually were expected to be. They were supposed to be a legitimate contender, and it fucking just fell apart.
Yeah.
Which I'm sad. I want the Browns to do well. Yeah. I want all these teams in any sport that have been shitty for like a million years. I want them to do well. So I'm sad.
What do you think, Matt? Ethan, sorry, spoiler if you haven't listened to Joe Paz and Mike Sure yet talk about this, but they don't think Cleveland's going to recover because they don't think Baker's the answer and they're going to move on. And by the time they get a new quarterback who's ready to go, all the guys that are good right now aren't going to be any good. So they just got to basically start over. Like, is that what we're looking at for Cleveland?
I'm afraid that Baker's not the guy. And the reason I say that is there were a couple instances this year where some Cleveland sports writers pointed out just very poor reads where you had wide open options and yet Baker's going for harder throws or covered guys when you've got, Njoku crossing the field with the sticks, ready for a first down, wide open with no one near him for 10 yards, and yet he throws it the 18-yard out instead that's double covered. So a lot of cases like that, and that's the stuff that I could, as a layperson experience and view, but also some anecdotal evidence from sports writers. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but I've been talking with my friend Matt in Cleveland about this, that there was some anecdotal stories of like Baker's not given the ability to audit. He's just given 2 plays.
Yeah,
and so he'll go to the line with 2 plays and it's either yes or no. Play 1 or play 2. That's it. So he may be running play 2 thinking that that's a better play, but really he's not audibling out to the play they should be running. So there's again, and this is anecdotal, mumbling, rumbling rumors, but that he's not the play caller or field general that they need. So.
Yeah, but also the other side. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt really quickly because obviously I'm not like an NFL authority in any way, but I have been. You guys know I love Joe Paz and I read everything he writes. I've been following the Browns' diary all season, and what he's talked about is that Kevin Stefanski, the head coach, has continued to call plays, even though that pretty much never works. Head coach is calling plays, so like this idea of blaming Baker seems pretty premature to me. Number one, he was really beat up this year. Yep. Number two, Stefanski clearly fucking sucks at calling plays. Nick Chubb averages over 5 yards a carry, and he gets like 5 carries a game.
Yeah,
what are they doing?
That's the other constant feedback I hear from the Cleveland fans is load management's one thing, but holy shit, you've got one of the best lines and the best running backs in the game.
Yeah, how is he not getting the ball 20, 25 times a game, like
why
guaranteed?
Why aren't you feeding him? Because he's proven over and over that he can do it. I mean, the Browns, you look at any position group, you've got some top talent in the league at almost every position group there. You've got a pretty nasty defense. You've got a strong line, and maybe not one of the best lines, but a strong line with great running backs. I'd say maybe you've got some mid-level tight ends and some upper mid-level receivers. But, I mean, they're very strong all across the board. So it was a shame to see them not perform all this year.
Yeah, and like all that stuff's true, I think, to a certain extent, but I also think it's fair to criticize Mayfield. I mean, maybe some of what happened this year was due to injury, but I don't think he's progressed in the way that they were hoping when they took him number 1 overall in the draft. Like, come on, like look at Michael Schur was talking about this. Just look at your third home, Matt, in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow. Like you see what Joe Burrow does already in this league. You see what even, Mac Jones does, and you see like what Mac Jones' floor is versus what Baker Mayfield's floor is. Mac Jones is up here way higher and Baker Mayfield is way lower. Like Mike Schur was telling the story, I guess in the Steelers game last week, there was a play where Baker just looked to the right the whole time, and TJ Watt, instead of going after him, just stood there containing him because he was like, I know he's not going to look off his receiver. And when Baker got ready to throw the ball, he just swatted it down, and then he like taunted Mayfield afterwards. And I mean, come on, like the Giants are a train wreck that don't have backup quarterbacks who would start on Alabama's team today. And I just don't know, like, how you can say that an NFL franchise, the way that the game works today, is going to be successful if you don't get a quarterback who can make plays. Like they have to be able to make plays. You have to be not just like run and escape pressure and things like that, but you have to be able to do you just said it, Matt, earlier. He can't even do the basics. He can't call an audible at the line. Like he can't read a defense.
What I got to do is I got to get my friend Matt on, because he's much quicker and wittier than me and good for some good sound bites. Because this has been his whole life. He's been a Browns and Indians fan his whole life, and
ouch.
Yeah, he's suffered. So, but that suffering lends itself to a wonderfully witty sports commentator. So let's see if I can get him on.
Yeah, get him on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But hey, if you need a quarterback in New York, you can have Jordan Love. You want him? Take him off my hands, please.
I don't know what's gonna happen with the Giants, and I don't. To be honest, I don't even know if I really care. I heard Mara's presser today, and I was like, just as uninspired by everything that has happened as I have been for the last 7-8 years, however long they've been in this misery. It's really depressing.
So what you're saying is I need to send you one free medium Pepsi, and it'll make you feel appreciated and make you feel better, right? Right? That's all you need, right?
Mara wouldn't even, he said in his presser how he wanted to earn the trust of fans back, and he wouldn't even let anybody carry the presser live today.
Wow.
Like, could you be any more disconnected than John Mara is right now? It makes no sense to me.
Ethan, did you get the Pepsi reference?
Yeah, I remember seeing something about that. Yeah, I had forgotten about it. It took me a second, but I do remember reading about it. Yeah.
Fan appreciation day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even one Pepsi per seat. It was one Pepsi per season ticket holder account. Yeah, so if you had 4 seats, you still got one medium Pepsi.
That is just unbelievable. That's like the type of miserly bullshit you expect from like 1950s sports owners, but like in the 2020s. Especially when the NFL is like a trillion. Yeah. Like the NFL is. Yeah, right. Yeah. And the NFL is this massive, huge fucking business, like so much money, so much profit. Like that's just unbelievable. That is just like
here's your nickel Pepsi.
Yeah. Talk about being out of touch. Like that's like unfathomable to me.
We talk all the time about baseball revenues and like, how much money goes into the on-field product and everything. And Joe, friend of the podcast, Joe Posnanski, was talking about how it's insane to think that George Steinbrenner bought the Yankees for $10 million, even though it was way back in 1973. Because he goes like, obviously they're, $6-7 billion probably valuation right now. And whoever is the current owner of the Royals, recently, within the 21st century, bought the Royals at like $115 million or something like that, and they're like well above $1 billion. And Mike Schur was just like, yeah, it's the only investment where you could ever make like 100 times your initial investment, and like these owners cry poor all the time and blah blah blah. Kind of like what you were saying, Ethan, like when the whole lockout started, how you should never ever
side with the owners. Never.
Yeah. Here's I just pull up the inflation calculator. Just so that 10 million in 73, it means he bought the Yankees to the equivalent of 62 million today. Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh man. But you know what? I will say to all my Cleveland friends, he wanted to buy the Indians. And
I know.
Said no.
I was gonna say that Cleveland said no, right?
You could have the lovely dynasty in Cleveland, but no. So. Yeah.
I often do wonder, I got asked this actually on my book tour in one of the interviews. Somebody asked me if Steinbrenner would have spent in Cleveland the same way he did in New York. And I definitely think he would have initially.
I think he would have.
Yeah, definitely initially. I don't know. I mean, if everything happens the same way, like
it was his time. He'd go down to the train terminal and watch the guys getting into town. Like he loved it. It was his thing. Like.
Yeah, but is he going to make the same amount of money in Cleveland?
Good point.
That he's going to make in New York, and is that going to like change the way that he operates? As a result, those are things that we will never know. But
it's not the first time Cleveland's changed or turned down a city-altering, outside wealthy billionaire person. One of my favorite stories is Rockefeller Center wasn't supposed to be in New York City. John Rockefeller is from Cleveland and wanted to put Rockefeller Center in the headquarters of his empire in Cleveland, and they said no to him. So, whoops.
Fucking Cleveland.
You can still go to his grave in Cleveland. I visited his whole family plot.
You got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It worked out.
Yeah. Okay. That's right next to the other mistake at the lake. But anyway, I love you, Cleveland. I miss you.
Matt's second home, Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to get the Cleveland Rocks song from Drew Carey show.
Yeah. I believe the band is the Presidents of the United States.
Is that it's a real song?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was just a jingle for the show.
No, that's a real song.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. Very cool.
They actually, one of the many games I've seen the Browns lose in person was an opener, and they were the halftime entertainment. They played Cleveland Rocks, and they played with the Peaches song, something something something. Gonna eat a bunch of peaches.
Okay.
Move to the country, eat a bunch of peaches. I guess that was their other hit. So, yeah.
All right. Interesting.
Cleveland, Ohio.
All right. This is a serious question for you guys. How is my Wi-Fi?
Not bad.
Seems fine on my end.
Is it good?
Yeah.
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 I'll be interested to hear what it sounds like when I listen to the actual podcast. So we've been having so many in the midst of like all the COVID craziness that we've experienced over the course of the past few weeks. Our Wi-Fi, which has always been kind of spotty, had like gotten really bad for a minute. And I've just been trying forever to get Google Fiber to like actually come here and look at my equipment, look at the setup, and like, because we went through like every troubleshooting method you could think of, and I just, it wasn't working. Like things would cut out, and I just didn't know what to do. Guy comes in the other day, Monday, I think it was, takes like one look at the network box, and he's like, "This is a piece of shit." Like, okay. And he asked me how old it was. I was like, I don't know, it's almost 3 years old, however long we've been in the house, because we got fiber right away. 5 minutes later, he's got two new setups, one that's in my office here, and then one where the original network box, they're like Google Home setups now, which I guess is like the new setup for fiber. And I think it has been a lot better, but man, if you have Wi-Fi problems, like that can frustrate the heck out of you. Like
in the modern world, forget about it. It's a required utility in the modern world. It's like heating and electricity. Yeah.
And I would I would test the speed all the time, like right on the app, and it would say that everything was good. And I'm like, I can't keep Zoom up. I can't watch, like Hulu would freeze all the time. HBO would freeze all the time. I was like, there's gotta be something wrong. It can't. Yeah. And so
well,
here we are.
Got that fixed.
Your voice sounds clear and as beautiful as ever, Colin. Now, I have a serious question for you guys. I don't see beverages in either of your hands.
My beverage is just less exciting. It's tea, because I don't have any alcohol in my house right now.
Oh, mama.
Oh yeah. Here, Matt. I got this for you. Hold on.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long.
Hey, okay, quick, shut it up before they sue us.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh.
They just released it again, or at least they're advertising it because of the playoffs.
Wait, what do you mean?
Voodoo is releasing Oh Mama again for the playoffs for Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wait, did Pittsburgh make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Since they beat whoever they're playing, I can't remember who, they won, and they needed the Colts to lose, which they did, which hilarious, by the way. The Colts have lost like 8 straight games at Jacksonville. It's just hilarious.
Wow.
And so after that, all they needed was the Chargers Raiders to not end in a tie, which was kind of funny because it got kind of close.
Yeah.
They came down to 3 minutes to go before the Raiders won it and sent the Chargers packing. So they made it.
Man, that's crazy. I mean, Big Ben probably was just as bad as Glennon and Fromm were for the Giants at some point in the season.
You look at his stat lines for a lot of games, and it's kind of like, woof, woof. But I guess it's more of a testament to Tomlin than if they've got a poor offensive line, a quarterback who's way past his twilight, and yet they're still competitive. I mean, they beat the Bills in week 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, then you also have a monster defense with TJ Watt setting the single season sack record. So
did he set it? I thought they took that sack away.
Oh, they did? Okay, that might be news to me.
Yeah, unless he got one early in the game that happened because the center fumbled the snap.
Okay.
And so, but initially it was ruled a sack, and he celebrated, and everyone did. But then they later turned it over. I didn't watch the whole game. I was just watching Red Zone, so I might have missed it. But
It was he only got 1 sack in the game, so he may not have said it then. Strahan may have the crown. 22.5 is what he has.
yeah, I don't even know what Strahan. What was he? 23.5.
It was 22 and a half, wasn't it? I thought it was 22 and a half. I thought that was the record.
So he tied it then. He needed 2 to break it. I know that. Going into the game, he needed 2 to break it. Obviously, he has an extra game because there's an extra game on the schedule now.
Yeah, but he missed a game, so he played.
22, that's
22 and a half is the record. So
that's not Strahan's fault.
No.
Still gets an extra game.
Just saying, they played the same number of games.
Yeah. Anyway, I do love Mike Tomlin. Shout out to neighbor and friend of the podcast, Dalvin, who is Dalvin Green, also a huge Steelers fan.
He's a Steelers fan? Oh, yep, man, if he wasn't such a good guy.
What do you have to worry about? You're not going to see them in the playoffs.
I know. And the last time we played them in the playoffs, we beat him in the Super Bowl. So
yeah. The only reason you got to the playoffs that year is because the Giants.
Yeah. I tell all my friends that you always bring that up. Blah, 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 blah. He returned the punt. Oh, well.
I just wish we lived in a universe where Aaron Rodgers had 0 Super Bowl wins just to see what would happen to Matt.
Yeah.
That would be incredible. The multiverse theory says that there are infinite universes, and every scenario that you can think of exists. So if only we could get the Matt from that alternate reality to come onto the podcast. I would just love to talk to him.
Because the Matt who lives in this universe hates it that Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. It kills him.
Don't worry. Yep. I'm waiting for the Packers to win the Super Bowl so I can call back your famous quote. Matt, I guarantee the Giants will win a Super Bowl before the Packers do. I think that was made 3 years ago. So
wait, really? Oh God.
Yeah.
One of my hottest takes ever.
Yeah.
Definitely a hot take. Oh yeah.
So
amazing.
I'm hoping that for what seems like millionth time in my lifetime, the Packers don't lose in the NFC Championship game, because it seems like that's the barrier that we can never get by.
Who are you worried about this year in the playoffs?
What?
Who are you worried about facing?
Tom Brady. Fuck him.
Mm.
I mean, he's so good.
Are the Bucs NFC?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
He's I dislike him so much because he's so good, but he keeps winning and just keeps giving me even less of a grasp of a straw of a reason to say he's not that like I used to like to make the argument about well, he may be a better quarterback because of wins and losses, but Aaron Rodgers is a better skilled quarterback. And now I can even say that okay, yeah, Aaron doesn't throw interceptions, but still Aaron's not a leader like Tom is, and Tom's got the freaking record to prove it without Belichick too. So it's damn it, man, stop eliminating the reasons I have to hate you. Stop it, man. I'm finally admitting that you're the GOAT. Just stop it. Go away. Retire. Go live in your mansions with your supermodel wife.
Isn't he 43 now?
44, I think.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he looks like a 37-year-old.
Yeah, he looks like he can still play effectively for multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Fucking
which I think he wants to.
Yeah. Yeah, 44. 44. Holy shit.
Yeah. And at that age, though, all it takes is one bad thing. And
yeah.
He was excellent this year. Yeah, I'm looking at his numbers. He
threw
5,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, 12 picks.
The MVP question is a coin flip between Brady and Rodgers. And Rodgers is the odds-on favorite, but he didn't even make the All-Pro team this year for the first one. There's usually 2 that come out, right? So the first All-Pro team had Brady and Burrow on it. So that does not bode well for Rodgers getting the MVP, because I know consensus All-Pro is usually means you're a lock to win the MVP for quarterbacks, but definitely Tom Brady should be there. I don't think Burrow should be there, although he had a great year, but I don't know.
Yeah, Rodgers had 37 TDs and 4 picks. Holy shit.
Yeah.
IMO, the real MVP, are Giants fans. So
they're the real MVP.
Yeah, we should be taking home that hardware this year. Not Aaron Rodgers.
And speaking of Rodgers, he apparently slammed Joe Judge on his after getting fired.
What does Aaron Rodgers know about Joe Judge?
I don't know, but I kind of want to see what he had to say.
Yeah, I wish he would just stop going on Pat McAfee's show.
Oh yeah, it was on. That's what it was on. It was on Pat McAfee's show.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is. Is that some talk radio guy?
He's a former Colts punter.
Okay.
Who actually was fairly entertaining as a punter. He'd do a bunch of weird shit. He was known for occasionally like laying the hit stick on people in games because he was a bigger punter. And occasionally would throw a good pass on a fake or something, but nothing special. But he's got a podcast that I guess is kind of popular.
Yeah, it's very popular. He just signed like some huge extension deal. So
man,
he was some QB sneak. So you guys know I haven't been watching, but there was a QB sneak.
Oh
I guess.
yeah. So that's where we were talking about this. I almost came back to you guys earlier when you said that Judge deserves a break. Because from their like 7-yard line on a 3rd and 9 or a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, 3rd and 9.
He had a QB sneak to set up to give them more room to punt. Like, what kind of bullshit call is that, Mr. Judge? Like,
and that's what Rodgers is saying. Yeah.
And let's not forget that they ran a QB sneak that too.
Yeah,
it was 2 QB sneaks in a row.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that like to me screams Judge wanted to get fired.
You know what's interesting is I'm thinking about this now, right? We all talk about, or we all like this sport, the NFL universe for years and years now has talked about Bill Belichick like he's a fucking god, right? And I'm trying to think, out of all of the Bill Belichick acolytes that have been hired as head coaches, they've all fucking flamed out spectacularly. Has anybody done well? Charlie Weiss was bad.
O'Brien.
Romeo, whatever.
He's had a couple that were okay.
Bill O'Brien.
I think.
Bill O'Brien. He's a Belichick guy.
Wasn't the guy who just got fired in Miami a Belichick guy too?
Flores.
Yeah. So he's got a couple, but you're right.
Who have done okay.
The majority are.
I feel like there's high expectations. Like when these teams hire these guys, they're thinking like, oh yeah, this guy, he worked under Belichick. He's really good, blah, 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 blah. And like there has been nothing remotely close to Belichick's success with any of these guys.
Belichick's just like a football robot who doesn't eat or sleep. He just like recharges his batteries for 2 hours a night and analyzing team weakness. Like that's just, I don't know. He's just, again, I don't like him, but he's getting rid of reasons why I shouldn't. And then I think he was in Cleveland and Cleveland got rid of him. Again, the theme tonight, things Cleveland's gotten rid of that they should have held on to.
Yeah, really.
Like, damn it, Cleveland.
Yeah, he's also a Giant. Maybe he could bring some mojo back.
But yeah, who are some of his other coaching? Like, what is it?
Patricia,
Mangini,
McDaniels,
Romeo Crennel or something. Wasn't that his name?
I think Crennel and Weiss were the first duo, offensive and defensive. Yeah.
Yep.
Romeo wasn't bad, but he wasn't successful. He didn't crash and burn like Weiss did.
Yeah, Weiss didn't he go to Notre Dame?
He did Notre Dame, and he did a couple other stints in the NFL too.
He did. Yeah. But, wow, crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
What else you guys want to talk about? I've got some WoSpo stuff.
WoSpo?
Let's go to the WoSpo because that was I think a pretty cool news out of the week.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got the recent news with Rachel, and we also have the semi-recent news with Becky Hammon getting a head coaching job, albeit not in the NBA. It's in the W. But it's pretty exciting to just know that, I mean, Becky's, I think, probably the biggest name in the sport. Like, I think she's probably the biggest name for her gender in the NBA and the WNBA. And now she's a head coach, has an opportunity to, increase that platform, even more, or enhance that platform, I guess, is probably the best thing. And then how fucking exciting is it that Rachel Balkovec is going to be a manager in the minor leagues for the Yankees? Like, I've said this to a few people. I interviewed Rachel for my other podcast on the day Kobe Bryant died.
Holy shit.
I found out about 5 minutes before I was supposed to call Rachel. My cousin Alex called me. I thought he was joking. I was like, why are you doing this to me?
That was fucking insane.
And he's like, nah, dude, look. And I go on Twitter because I'm just like sitting by my computer, like nervous, getting ready to call Rachel because she had just been hired in like November, December to be the minor league hitting coach. And so I was going to have her come on the podcast and everything. So I'm just sitting there nervous, waiting. He calls, tells me about Kobe. So I go from like being nervous to like numb and nervous, but like the interview was amazing. And like what's always stood out about that interview is how much Rachel loves the player development side of things. And like the minor leagues is where she really thrives. Like I truly believe she's a great fit for the minors. I also think that she's got a straight path to the majors if she wants it. And I know she said that she either said in today's presser or some other time that she wants to be a general manager in the major leagues. That's what she wants to do. I don't know if that comes like, after maybe she's an on-field manager in the major leagues or at least some type of coach in the major leagues or whatever it is. But I just think it's super exciting. I'm super pumped. It's like happy coincidence, poetic coincidence that it's with the Yankees and we get to celebrate that and we're not the evil empire for a day. But it's just really cool.
Come on, we're not the evil empire anymore. That's LA. Come on.
That's true.
But I get it. That's really exciting news. To hear women in baseball get a bigger chunk of the spotlight and start to break through. I guess maybe chunk of the spotlight's a bad word, but they're breaking through and they're making their name is cool. I know there was the case of the hitting coach in the minor leagues, the Red Sox as well, who's a Case Western grad. Nice. That was really, really exciting to see. And I hope she does well. Or conversely, I hope the player development side of it goes really well for her because that's going to be more of what she's judged on than her record, right? So that hopefully she does a good job fostering those young baby Yankees.
Yeah, and she's going to get probably a lot of the top prospects. She's not the lowest level of the minor leagues, but I think the low A team that the Tampa team is I think they're the highest single A team that they have.
Okay.
So she'll
Carpons, right?
Yeah, right. She'll probably get a lot of the top prospects who kind of skip over like the rookie development league and things like that and just come right in either from the high school draft or, whatever it is from the satellites and the Dominican and everything. So, yeah, she's going to have a chance to, prove it, I think, pretty significantly. And, I just think it's awesome. I was so pumped. I was texting the Shalina when it all happened, and we've been talking about it a bunch and everything because we were talking about Becky too, for a couple weeks prior to that, and like our reactions. Well, at least my reactions were a little like I was definitely a little bit angry about the whole Becky Hammon thing because I truly believe that she wants to be an NBA head coach and that she could be an NBA head coach today, and she said in the interview that she gave after she took the WNBA head coaching job that one of the bullshit reasons that we give like in corporate too, you don't have any experience. You've only been with the Spurs. Like, how do we know you're going to work in this organization, blah, 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 and everything. And she's like, now I'm diversifying myself. So what excuse are they going to come up with next time, and everything. Right. And so there was definitely a part of me that was angry, even though I think like Hannah convinced me that, we should be excited because WNBA fans are excited about this. Yep. And that's really, I think, all that matters at the end of the day. But the Rachel thing, I was just like, man, this instantly like gave me a jolt. I was super happy. Just couldn't have happened, I think, to a better person, from all accounts. It's just really great.
So speaking of the Slabina, I know the answer is no, but I kind of want to get her on the show and try and ring out the new name. 2222, come on. Give me that new name. Come on. She's got to know by now, right?
Oh, I was very slow picking that up. Jesus
I think she said she knew like kind of close to when she first started. She had to sign a
NDA. Yeah.
Probably like we'll sue your great grandchildren if you if you release this. They're gonna be, hilarious. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Ethan, you gonna chime in on any of that?
I think it's all great. I'm very concise tonight. I haven't been paying super close attention to sports stuff the last few weeks. I've been distracted.
Well, tell us what's on your mind, please.
I'm just trying to be a successful adult. You know what I mean? Trying to
I don't know what you mean.
I'm trying to make a look at Matt. Trying to make a decent meal, maybe like one a day. Trying to shower occasionally. Trying to practice the instruments I'm supposed to practice. Trying to teach my kids properly. That's all.
What type of meals are you making?
Pretty standard, easy shit.
Chicken and broccoli.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, rice. Pasta.
Frozen tortellini.
Yeah, I don't know why you find that so amusing. Tortellini is fucking delicious. Everyone loves
tortellini is excellent.
Yeah, everyone loves tortellini.
I mean, you can buy the it's not Berea, but there's the expensive brand that is in the cooler case that's like $8, or you can buy the stuff that tastes just as good in the freezer case for $2.
That's what I get. The store brand in the freezer. You throw it in the boiling water, it's ready in 4 minutes.
Yeah, I don't need that expensive fridge case stuff.
Yeah.
Don't give me that fancy packaging. I'll get the frozen stuff.
Yep. And tortellinis are great because here's the thing.
I've never said I don't like tortellinis.
Yeah, but you always laugh in this very annoying way whenever frozen tortellini comes up. Okay, but think about it like this, right? If we're talking about cheese stuffed pastas, right? There's probably some ravioli people out there, ravioli fans, who would say, fuck tortellini, ravioli's way better. Nah, man, you got it all wrong. I'm talking about the proportion of cheese to pasta. Tortellini, way better. Fuck ravioli. Get ravioli out of here.
Oh no! If you're really going proportion, stuffed shells, man. I mean, that's just a baseball size hillock of ricotta cheese,
and that's
goodness.
Too much for me.
You just
we have to put up a poll on the socials. What's your favorite pasta that's filled with cheese?
Okay, fourth option, Colin, manicotti, or my Italian sister-in-law would probably yell at me for butchering that. I don't even know if that's actually Italian or not, but that's just a cheese, like it's like a Subway tube filled with cheese. Like that's all that is. The cheese is the Subway.
Yeah.
It's just a tube. Like they don't even finish the ends.
Oh man, love it.
Have you eaten dinner yet, Matt?
No.
Oy vey.
I had some leftover corn. Like sprinkle a little bit of Cajun seasoning on, scoop in the mouth really quick.
We're just gonna call that the Matt root because you have now mentioned this like several times in the last couple of months. Like putting Cajun seasoning on some random vegetable. That's the Matt root.
Yeah, I mean, I got Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and green beans on there too. Just to sprinkle the Cajun. It's the dinosaur, like finger licking Cajun or something.
Or is it Cajun foreplay?
Cajun foreplay, yeah.
Cajun foreplay is excellent. I'm not disputing that. I just think that like having corn with Cajun seasoning as like your only food this evening is,
Oh no, I mean I've got like I made beef stew on Monday night.
Oh, all right. So you got some real
I'll have
food.
that when I can get down there and reheat it and everything.
All right. Okay.
Now here's a question. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I was so eager to like put extra stuff in it that I think I put too many potatoes in there. And potatoes, if you guys don't know, will like suck salt out of a stew or out of a soup. If you ever oversalt a soup, put a potato in there; it'll suck it out. Old mom's trick.
I didn't know that.
So it just tastes super like I put so many potatoes in there; it just tastes like it has no seasoning. So I've been having to like emerald it up a little bit every time, like bam, like try something new. Bam, bam. Like tonight tonight it's gonna be hot sauce. I'm gonna put some hot sauce in there, get some spice and some salt, and just see if that works. Sorry. Go ahead.
Very nice culinary experiments. Love it.
Well, I was just
most of my experience end poorly. Out of pride,
I'm sure they're fine, Matt. I'm sure they're fine. I was going to say that we brought up Dinosaur Barbecue. What is everyone here? What's your favorite restaurant from back in Syracuse?
Possibilities.
I never went to Possibilities. Isn't that sad?
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Okay, this is a great question, and I think I have two front runners.
Go ahead. Give a top three. Top three.
Okay. So, the two that came to mind, can we include the suburbs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, for me, Shifty's and Bangkok Thai.
Shifty's is going to be up there on the top three for me.
Yeah, I fucking
They're
love
back
Shifties.
open, by the way.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing with Shifties, right, is it's not that the food is necessarily like super gourmet. The wings are excellent, the burgers are excellent, but it's also the vibe. Like the vibe of Shifties is just the best. I fucking love that place.
For the uninitiated, it's like a neighborhood bar. It's on like the side of a hill in like an old house type building. They've got like blues bands that play throughout the blues and classic rock cover bands.
Divey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent beer selection, probably 20 or 25 taps with their own house beers too. And they're a perennial winner of the Syracuse Wing Festival. They kick ass with their wings. So just throwing it out there. My dad's softball team was sponsored by Shifties. So on the occasional time, like 2 or 3 times, we got to go to the softball game with Dad, and then he'd take us to the bar afterwards. We got to eat wings with the guys, and it was always so fun. And they get pictures of beer, and we get pictures of Pepsi, and oh yeah. But anyway, awesome. Shifties is, man, I missed that too. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of a top 3 just to round it out. Bangkok is great, but I haven't been there enough.
Yeah, Dino would probably round out my top 3, I guess. Actually, yeah.
The OG Bangkok.
Yeah, the OG Bangkok. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Rock and roll.
Yep.
With the owner, the original owner. Yep.
I mean, from a nostalgia point, I have to throw Hyde's in there, but I wouldn't say they're the best. I just like going to Hyde's, which is like a 19 teens hot dog stand for you guys out there. But
yeah.
I don't know. I'll come back to me, Colin. I'll think of number 3 soon.
Yeah, Kyle, what do you got?
I've got Blarney as
Blarney was up there for me too. I love Blarney. Yep.
Yeah. Blarney's similar to Shifties in the sense that it's the vibe. It's a
house.
Cold cheap PBR on tap. It used to be like $1.75 a few years ago, which is pretty much unheard of in the 21st century.
Yep.
Even for PBR. And cold and delicious every time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's in the Irish part of town, so you get that nice vibe too. Obviously Dino's good, Bangkok, a lot of these places, possibilities. Sant'Angelo's.
Sant'Angelo's. I should have said Sant'Angelo's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And do you know who recommended Sant'Angelo's for Colin and Toddy's first date?
Danny.
No, that was me.
Timmy?
Oh, he's fucking with me. I thought that was a sincere guess. He's fucking with me. All right. I have amazing taste, and I just want everybody to know it. That's all.
Yeah, so. Sant'Angelo's has they I mean, I don't know. Like it depends on what you want to get, obviously. Like where you're gonna go. Sant'Angelo's and Possibilities are really close though in terms of like pasta Italian places. Like you can get real good stuff both places.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? Talking about nostalgia, obviously we're going way beyond a top 3 at this point.
Whatever.
I hope. Do we have enough listeners who actually know anything about Syracuse, or is this whole segment going to be a total waste of time for every? Speaking of nostalgia, like the Liverpool Pizzeria. I was
going to say, I just was about to bring that up. Like you guys didn't mention the pizzeria.
Yeah,
you guys love that place.
Yeah, we love that place. So many times. So many good memories there. You know. Their chicken wing pizza, fucking delicious. Chicken bacon ranch. Good. Their loaded baked potato pizza or loaded French fry pizza. Ugh, delicious. Yeah, love that place.
I'm gonna throw another one out there that I've got just cravings for. Tully's, man, I could use some Tully's right now.
Tully's tenders, they do fucking hit the spot, no doubt.
Yeah, and again for the uninitiated, it's just a sports bar, but they make chicken tenders that are
just really good. Yeah,
shitty beer. They give you really salty popcorn to make you drink a ton.
That's right. It is, yeah.
And traditional bar fare, but like, you know, memorabilia on the walls and good ass chicken tenders. That was our post football game hangout. We go to Tully's.
So you did Tully's?
Yeah, we'd go to Tully's and watch the CBS News roundup for high school football and see if we could see ourselves on TV.
All right. We would do Applebee's on Route 31. Like by Great Northern Mall.
Okay. Right. Great Northern Mall. Oh my God.
Yep. That's where our side of town would go all the time.
Yeah. So crazy to think about.
All right, so we can end it on this. Since Ethan brought up and Matt, you brought up Liverpool Pizzeria. There's been I'm curious the science behind this. Maybe we can all figure it out. Why is it that you could go in to Liverpool Pizzeria, get one slice of name your pizza, and it's going to taste so much better than if you get a tray of pizza and bring it home? Like there's just something different about it. I don't know what it is.
I always tried to figure that out because that was the case with Liverpool Pizzeria. When we would go and get slices, just like when me and you would like go there, awesome every time. Occasionally, when my family would order like a full pie, it was good, but it was never as good as like the slices. I have no fucking clue.
Maybe it's that last second throwing it in the pizza oven. That's where the magic happens.
I don't know that. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I've always felt like there was just like a different texture and a different size to the slices too. But maybe it is the oven. Maybe that's part of the texture part.
The one time I went to Liverpool Pizzeria with you guys, I was just about to get that buffalo chicken pizza, and that neighborhood friend of yours bought the last 2 slices right out from under me. I don't remember his name.
Oh, really? Bummer. They had great garlic pizza too. I didn't mention that, but I fucking love their garlic pizza.
That neighborhood friend.
Who is this? I don't know who this is.
Like, you didn't hang out with him all the time. It wasn't Judd, but it was like a taller kid from the neighborhood or something.
Had to be Glenn.
Yeah, maybe Glenn. Glenn was tall. Glenn. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So you never got to try the chicken wing pizza at the pizzeria? Fuck.
Nope.
Oh, it's so good, dude. Next time you're in Liverpool, like, you should make a trip just for that. It really is excellent.
I mean, I've made stupider trips for less important things. So
right.
And I mean, last time I was in town, I did drive all the way down 57.
Did you?
Like, weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Just for fun? Just to like see
it?
Yeah,
just to like nostalgia, like, oh man, I miss this place. What's going on?
Yeah.
Not much if you
Yeah, right.
yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
But
wow. Cool.
Yeah, it is what it is. How's the pizza down in North Carolina, Colin?
How's things? Is that what you asked?
How's the pizza?
Pizza, for the most part, is hard to get. Luckily, one of the best places is right down the road in that plaza where you guys went to the Harris Teeter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
super close, yeah,
3/4 of a mile away from my house. That's actually Timmy's birthday is at the end of the month, and he's already talking about the tray of white pizza that he's gonna get. It's called Davincis.
Okay,
very good.
Nice.
There's a place I need to get you guys next time you're up here. I guess I thought it was a Utica thing, but I guess it's a Philly thing called just tomato pie.
It's just Frank Pepe's does that. The place that I've talked about up in Connecticut, they do that too, where it's literally just like tomato, on the top.
It's tomato sauce, oil, and a little bit of
like Parmesan sprinkled or whatever.
Parmesan on top. It's great. There's a place up maybe 45 minutes north of me called Reese's that makes it only on Tuesdays, so you got to get on Tuesdays. And I got a tray. I got a sheet of that, and then also they make a version with olives, artichokes, peppers, and like green peppers and banana peppers on it. And again, that was outstanding for a lot of stuff that I normally wouldn't eat on a pizza. Without the cheese, you just get like the tangy vinegariness of all the it was great. So that's something we'll have to try when I get you guys up here again.
Yeah.
And also, I got to take Todd to that. I actually went to the Italian restaurant in town, Colin.
Oh, nice.
I'm just all over the place. Sorry, listeners. I'm sorry. If you want,
I apologize.
If you're upset with me,
apologize.
Come visit me in Kennett Square.
Yeah.
I'll take you to these restaurants myself.
Well, I'm smiling because I think I just heard Matt become an actual PA person. He called it a tray of pizza.
Well, I started saying tray and then I said sheep. I corrected myself and said sheep.
Yeah, I Colin, I'm glad you brought that up. Matt, never do that again.
I know.
Tray of pizza. Ugh.
I know. It's a sheet pizza. Or if you're in Weirton, West Virginia, it's like square pizza they call it, but not a tray. None of this nonsense.
Yeah, tray of pizza. Fucking
I'll never forget one time I called Liverpool Pizzeria, like probably the first time I ever ordered pizza, like on behalf of my parents and family, and I asked for a tray. And they were like, "You want a sheet pizza?" And I was like, "I have no idea. I don't know. I literally had no idea what I should have actually been asking for." And she was like going through all the options with me, and I don't even know if I picked the right one. But I just remember being horrified, like, I don't know what you guys call it here.
Yeah,
the tray.
Wow.
All right, boys. Well, we did it. We're back. I hope everyone is happy that we're back. Because we're happy to be back. Even I'm happy to be back. So that tells you something.
I missed you, dear listeners.
Yeah. So.
All right, boys. Well, say adios. Till next time.
Yeah. Adios. Till next time.